yeah, fired up. Star Valor Action Metal Wednesday starts now. Starts now. Okay, there we go. Nothing like an unresponsive play button to just put a smile on your face. Thanks. Oh man, it's all ruined now. I don't even want to do anything now. The music didn't start on time. I give up. FML. Alright. Kidding. So what do we got planned for today? Guess what? There actually is a bit of a plan for today. Big surprise. Now, unfortunately, we still don't know what the mystery ship is. But that's okay, because that's what mysteries are for, to make you go, what is it? I don't know. So we're going to be speculating about that maybe a bit more. But there's something else I wanted to do today. Somebody mentioned that they're like, yeah, you know, armor builds are cool, but I like shields because I've got good damage reduction, and, you know, it's just their thing. I was like, that's cool. I mean, I haven't really tried a late game, or I should say post 50 shield build in a while. I mostly just use shields early game because, you know, smaller ships. I mostly only use them in the early game, and armor builds on drone bays that aren't all purple Mark IIs can be kind of rough. So I totally get it. I normally would abandon them long before. Now I'm kind of curious. Not Rebel Rouser. Piccolo. Oh my. Oh my, yes. I should probably use Sizing Run, because that has the... First of all, I was playing with the Komi before, and that's just fun. That's the one I need to get Dogfighter on. We'll worry about that later. First, I want to take this Achilles out. I may swap it for... I don't know, I really don't have a lot of options here. I guess I could get a Dominance on this profile? Or a Sanctuary. Sanctuaries have lots of equipment. We'll start out testing it with an Achilles, though. We'll do... I don't have orange shielding. I haven't battled the Vangi, so if you're one of those people that really digs the Vangi fleet farming, well, you're in for a delight today, I should hope. If my computer will come back to me. Wow, look at that. No wonder it worked. Ha! Technical difficulties on the stream box to be... Doesn't have a capture card yet, but I do all the Discord and monitoring and everything on that other computer. So let's get this written. Star Valor. Action. Metal. Wednesday. Starts now. Attention. Je vais. This is my fake French words. I do not know. Now I'm just speaking English with an accent. That's stupid. But I guess. Alright. Control A, Control C, enter. Click the next, Control V, entree. Control O. Oh, that's from yesterday. Boom. Star Valor Action Metal Wednesday. For the Komi. Boop, boop, boop. Now, if you hadn't seen the Komi before, this thing's kind of a monstrosity. 5-point crafted weapon that's 1000 DPS. It's charging. This isn't a spinal mount, right? It's the only mount. Like, this thing's 1000 DPS. Not wildly the most impressive 5-point weapon you can make, but it's tuned for a Komi, as you can see. A Komi with the right gear on it. Takes up less than half the battery, almost completely recharges, cools down fully between firing, so there's no chance of an overheat. You can just sustain fire all day long. And the worst thing that's going to happen is, like, maybe you turn your engine down so that it goes back up. See? That's it's full again. So overall, between the charging cycle, it's about 70 per second, I guess. Let's see. 0.5 and 1. So 1 to 1.5. So 2/5 of the time. What's 2/5 of 170, right? That'll give you the exact number. Okay. We'll make it 169 just to be times 2 divided by 5. 67.6, and we have 61.6. So once you get there, and at that point my speed is still 60 versus 74, so it's still pretty quick. But a Komi that goes 75 without a booster, that was a wild ride. That was a lot of fun. We may get into some more of that later on. Llama Smurf, welcome, welcome. How's it going? Dynatera, welcome. How you doing today? Yes, yes. It is happening. So what I want to do is get back to trying out. Now, there's a few things I'm going to need to put back. Okay. Definitely want Francine. Comb this. It's all comey and gross. Now I'm the solo ship right now, so I have my tail laser on. But as soon as I equip or add a fleet ship, it's going to go down to 27. Which means I'll be using a PD laser beam on the back. Oh, that goes there. So not on the back. Just on... Yeah. Okay. There we go. It was a medium laser beam that I was able to add to the tail gun, or a pair of rapid medium, or a rapid medium, or 2 beams. Something. But I need to get back to my fleet so we can bat. There it is. Excellent. 51. Is it this one? Guess I should check the closer one first. Yep. Welcome, welcome. How we doing today? Now let's see, do I even remember who all was running these ships? I remember one of them was Alina. Yeah. Do I have any promising not level 50 blues? That's not promising, and geology advancement's pointless for me now. Oh no, Burton! I know Lucy had one, right? Did I have a Lucy? Ah, oh, crap. Okay, good. Then there was, pretty sure Leah. Damn it, I did it again. This is the Vangy Blaster one. Okay. And then I don't remember who I had in the Phantoms either. I think one of them was Uno Burton. No, he's new. What do they have here? Whoa, that menu stayed. Awkward. Oh yeah, and there should be, yeah, an open engineer spot, and then I need to put, hey, where did Francine go? Oh, did I? No, there was a different one. I left her there, didn't I? The heck was that? What happened to Francine? The other Francine. I just had... What is going on? G? I'm sure there's a reason for that. I'm sure I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's a reason. Ah, there she is. Okay. No problem. First off, let's get these Phantoms in the deck. With gunner bonuses. Oh, cannon damage. Heat, no. Alright, we'll do 6% damage boost. It's not much, but okay. And then we go back to Francine, which I forgot where that was again. Ooh, 15 relics. Don't forget about that. Where did it go? I just had it. How did I do it again? There it is. Right. Excellent. How's the sound level? Pretty good? So if I'm gonna do a shield build, it's gonna start off kind of rough because I don't have the best shielding compared to who I'm up against. It's really good shielding. Don't get me wrong. I got some good shields, but they're a wee bit lacking. All right, so let's go ahead and strip it down a little bit. And we'll start by putting on the armor, Pirate Capital Impulse. Ooh, that acceleration. It's gonna be hard to walk away from. Little questions bouncing around in my brain like, will I need another one of these? It's only doing about 3 turning speed. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's probably a good idea, even though it's taking up space. We need our flux capacitor to go with our accumulator. Definitely that. Don't really need that. 2-point scanner. And a deuterium drive. Because the DO sweepers are still 5-point, put a 2-point scanner and a 2-point deuterium drive. Probably get you where you need to go. Probably. Plus, if you have decent navigator, you'll need around 2,000, maybe 2,100 energy to fly. That's a lot more. Perfect. And let's slap on a couple of shield generators. Oh, the armor too. We need that armor piece on. 3.8. That's tough. That's really tough. Ha! Energy armor. I can't wait till that gets reworked or something. Although maybe with absorbers, but no. You run into a lot of uh-oh. My absolute best shields are on my fleet ships. I think there's an orange Fang E shield on one of them. I can't remember. We'll see. Shield absorbers got reworked, so that's what I'm doing, is looking into the long and the short of whether or not it's the direction I want to go. Of course, the weakness of my rechargers isn't helping at all. When I settle on a final count for those, then I'll upgrade a few of them. Still feels like we're missing stuff that's important. But who can say? Who can say? So if I fire my weapon now... if I fire my weapon now... Not near enough power, huh? What's the per second on that? 4,000. Right. And it fires for 500. I'm sorry, it fires for 5 seconds. Minus 800 per second. So 3,400 per second. You need like 15,000 battery to fire this thing at full tilt. It's just not going to happen. So it looks like I'll need to craft something else to replace the ludicrous cannon for my shield build, which is fine because that's one of the points of a shield build, is that you're using some of your power for shielding instead of killing. So it's a little more defensive. By nature, I don't have any orange lithium. So I would only get another 15% for a huge decrease in armor. If I'm going to go that route, I might as well just use energy armor. Let's be real. I want to put more absorbers on to really give them a chance to see what they can do. And then just make the recharge rate absurdly high. And I think we'll drop one more generator. Because we're gonna go get some large generators. some Vangy generators anyway. It's what I would like. Max speed is 107. There's not a lot keeping up with that. Oh yeah. But in case they do, I would like one Terran Mantle, please. Thank you. And then we can toy with power versus... Oh, what is our ludicrous cannon? 12 point? Okay. Okay, so we'll leave the six space open. Where's that big run of mats? That's not that many. Okay. Again, no problem. B2. There they are. That one. So let's go 2058. That's a small. That's a large. So we'll go here so it's easier to find the gate. $20.58, that one. Don't you even turn, you're done. Boom, cash money. Howdy, howdy. Have this too? Okay, I suppose we will. I don't know what it means, but that's okay. Oh, these are going to be pirates. Here come the pirates. Rawr. Even pulsing like that, it's immensely powerful versus regular no-star guys. Just ridiculously powerful. I love it. Ridiculously absurd, ludicrous cannon. That's it. That's the whole pirate fleet there. They are done. Have a little help from my friends. Yeah. There we go. Boom. Not this one. So with one of those two, then it's okay. A unique number. There's two 49s, but if it's not this one, it's gotta be the other one. Hopefully soon stations will get a unique identifier. I mean, I think really all that would need to be done is instead of this one being 49 and this one being 49, it would just be A49, B49. If you wanted to keep it as simple as it is now. I don't know, maybe unique station names could get a database similar to like base and ship name databases from militaries. I don't know how they'd feel about that, but I know I wouldn't care. Oh, we gotta go back to 1461 now. Because I left the other relics over there. Yeah, move. Otto Scott, how's it going? Yeah, it's really hard to. There's not a way to just taunt enemies. You know, I keep hoping there would be a way to taunt enemies to encourage them to aggro me a little bit harder. But at least to tease a fleet into a sector when they don't have one in there yet. But you have to really, really want that. Like, it wouldn't be something that you'd want as a perk that just happens automatically, right? Like, unless it's really hard to get so that you don't get it incidentally just playing the game. People complain a lot about some of the perks that get auto-assigned. They're like, it didn't ask me if I wanted that. And I was like, yeah, but if you behave like a pirate, the galaxy's gonna treat you like you're a pirate. That's why it's reputation. And so, like, whether you think you're a pirate or not is kind of irrelevant when you behave like one and everybody sees you as one and you don't do anything else. Like, sorry, that's your... It may be harsh, but I mean, that's just what's gonna happen. Oh, you know what? I'll use that on my Achilles. Purpose built for a different ship, but that's okay. Wow, that's not strong at all. Okay, maybe we'll make something with a little more ass on it, but... Like, there's definitely some perks that I think should be, like, yes or no. Like Rebels, you can totally hate the Vangi and not want to actually join the old human military that hides in the shadows, builds crazy cloaking warships, and, you know, fights their war that way. That I get. But when you behave like a pirate, the Red Skull Pirates are not a proper faction. It's more like there's enough of the really powerful pirates that are at peace under the one main super pirate bad guy that he's just in control. Like, they don't... The lesser Red Skull members probably don't want to be up that guy's butt. They probably just don't have a choice. Like, when you're that kind of a bad guy that's trying to collect all the other similar bad guys under your control, anybody who behaves anything like you, right? But when you're trying to get everyone who calls themselves a pirate to be beholden to you, to, you know, claim fealty or swear their loyalty to your cause, then the ones who don't are a bigger deal than just the people that you harass as your day job for cash. Because that's what a pirate, it's their day job, you know? Like, yeah, some of them are in it for sociopathic reasons, like they just like murdering or robbing people without being all that concerned about consequences. So, you know. But if you go around saying, no, I'm a pirate, but I'm independent, I'm not part of this Red Skull faction, he just became their primary target, I would assume. So, yeah, it's kind of automatic. Like, the Red Skulls, if you act like a pirate, the Red Skulls assume you're a pirate, the other factions assume you're a pirate, you're acting like a pirate. Like, at least back in the day, privateer implied that you were loyal to a faction, loyal to a country, loyal to an empire, that you were only being a pirate towards the enemies of your country that you're loyal to. There was an implication. It wasn't necessarily true, of course. You know, I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh yes, privateer, in the name of the king, I will go harass French boats. Only, I promise. Maybe some Portuguese too, because nobody cares about them. And then, like, the king gives you a big loan for a big boat, and you're supposed to pay him back, and it's like this really good crew of people that they all like you a lot. And you get out to sea, and you take out a couple of French boats, and then you're just like, kind of look around at your crew, and you're like, you know, you guys don't really like sing a lot of the Patriot songs. Do you just want to be regular pirates and attack English ships too? Like, let's just be pirates. Take the boat that the king gave you, and or whatever company sponsored you, or throw away your family's fortune. We'll do that. Alright, so I have all my relics. All 29 relics. Yeah, most pirates were loyal to a king. It wasn't until they got really powerful or died and became legend that they were portrayed as an independent type of person. But, yeah. Most of them were probably just privateers that were sponsored by a crown, and maybe they just didn't want to make a big deal about it. I don't know. I'm doing the 80s emo thing. Is it working for me? Oh, I gotta do this every now and then so that it falls naturally across my face. Like South Park, the goth kid. It's always shaking his lock out of his head. Oh my. Oh, it's almost a star shape. If we go this way, it'll look like a star. But we're on a really tiny warp drive here. Mostly want to fight them. And they got a high population, so let's do that. Wait, oh, it's a very small system. It kind of does look like Texas. That's funny. They're a little bit. Like if you twist it a wee bit, you got El Paso and Amarillo and what's it called? Abilene. And then this is more like the Texarkana, but like part of Arkansas too, kind of out here. And then this would be like the Gulf of Mexico, and then there's the river, and this would all be water. But there's definitely a Texas in there somewhere. I like that. But we're gonna go ahead and make it a star, which is also pretty Texas. Okay, I was gonna go here, but it's very small. I'm not into it. I don't like doing this in very small. I prefer a medium. It just makes it easier to keep my guys from tangling up with the stations. It looks like we don't get a choice on that. So we'll just do a regular small. Still a high population. A little bit of Florida on the side, yeah. Oh, goodness. What is going on up there? Oh, there's a... Vangi. No? Is this... Are these rebels? They are. I'm gonna kill them all. Whoops. Gotta press F first to cancel the friendly fire. Come on, guys, hit the battleships first. I forgot I added shielding. I've gotta actually turn it on or it doesn't do much good. Leah Armstrong exploded. That's because I wasn't doing a good job at all. That's okay. We're in single jump range of the system. So what I should do is lead my fleet around the back because they're going to have a harder time. I'm confident my guys can engage their super weapons before the enemy does, but just in case, I want mine to go straight to those Achilles, those enemy Achilles. Wow, 184 reputation. That's what having my NPC on board does for you. 40% reputation. It's kind of a big deal. Although it seems like... Oh, I don't even have that. Oh, I still have to find me on this one. That's gonna get wild. That means it's not even there yet. Hey, how dare you interrupt my warping? Disintegrate before me. Well done. You take orders quite well. It took that guy 2 full seconds to be perceived as an actual threat. Oh yeah, the shield. Lucy, come on. Get with it, bud. Almost got it. Here we go. I hope that Hades doesn't get in the way. It kind of did. Still getting my hits in. Focus, Leah. Focus. We need to get rid of that. Okay. We're good to... Oh, crap. There's another one. Save us, Leah. Save us. You're the last hope here. Did it just use missiles? Is that its super weapon? Doesn't matter. It's good to go. Well done, guys. Well done. So we got nice chunks of reputation out of that. And the idea for that is to make sure that these Vangi fleets aren't too enormously huge. I don't normally go out of my way to do that, but we got 81 shield absorption with 176 recharge. It should be really hard for them to do any damage to me, but I know the Hunter fleets will still be dishing it out pretty heavily. That was not a good test there. There they are. And it looks like I have to warp out before they destroy Alina, because she didn't get full before she warped back. Oh god, this way, guys, this way. 20, 20, 20. Dock, dock, dock. Don't take too long. I'll deal with the Ravager, because I want to use it as a 5,000 repair. Golly. Oh crap, it's Vulcan, so it's a bad test again. Although it's really not doing much to my armor anyway. Oh yeah, there was one other thing I wanted to do. Maybe I should leave my fleet here for this. We were at like 170 something, 176. Okay, we can do 8 more. I can always farm relics in my own time. We'll save a couple just for the hell of it. Just in case I think of something else I want. 234 shield recharge. With 81 resist. Hell yeah. I'll give that a big hell yes. I don't have any more absorbers here. I was going to take that. I used to match my absorption and recharge. Even though back in the day it was not particularly efficient to do that. It was merely the way of things. That goes on 1, that goes on 2, and that goes on 3. Oh, nice. I only have to knock my shield down one step. And even then, I could just... So, kinda still an armor build, just with that extra shielding to keep me alive. Which takes up a lot of power. I had like 1100 power output instead of 400. So yeah, there's definitely a difference here. If it works out well, what I can end up doing is getting some more relics and upgrading some extra armor plating via hull reinforcements. Oh yeah, I'm not getting the space pilot bonus because the fleet's still there. If I took them all out of the fleet, I could get an even bigger bonus out of this. But I don't know, I may just end up calling them in. The fact that Leah and Lucy were both set to nice 30% threshold means that they weren't even the people that were in these ships earlier. So wow, that shield goes fast. Wow, they still took me out. So I got a cloak as soon as that shield drops. That's insane. That's so much damage. Wow. That's crazy. And then they just pick me apart afterward. So maybe I should build a weapon first, something other than what I'm using. Because I can definitely sustain this weapon, no problem. That's not a big deal. I'm testing out heavy shielding. When I get some orange shield drops from the Vang E, but it's like, it's tough. I even took out a crap ton of Children of Terra to get my reputation adjusted. But, you know, there's only a tiny bit. Like 9 purple shield chargers, 3 purple absorbers, a bunch of tier 3. What was that? Oh. Discord. Okay, so I'm just going to mute that channel forever. Sweet. And this is going to be green. Not worried so much about range, but it is going to be charging. Continuous. Oh yeah, we got a whoops overload. See, that's way too much. But if you compare it to, I think that's pretty much what the other one is. Well, built on the new system though. This was built before a couple of adjustments were made. So we'll definitely take out overload. Oh yeah, I was going to check that. So one important feature here. The Ludicrous Cannon 1422 becomes 143. So basically 89% off on heat. But we'll call it 9% or 1/10. So basically that would be about 90, which is functional. Then the power becomes an issue. It's going to fire for 4 seconds at 1500. We're going to take 433 right off the top of that. So I take my my calculator. and we do 1503 minus 433 times 4 seconds. And that means we need battery capacity of 4,276 to fire it non-stop. Ruh-roh, Raggy. I wasn't going to go that far. What do we get? I left some extra space for this sort of thing, so let's put a huge battery on. That's enough power. Right? 4,276. Awesome. Okay. Now the heat. The heat. And the... There we go. Okay. So it'll be about 90 heat. Over 4 seconds. 90 heat per second. Okay. This thing can handle 50 with weapon cooling of 40 per second. So 50 heat per second times 4 will top out. That'll hit 200. We'll burn out on that. Let's see. For a 4-second weapon, minus 40% per second, 150. So does it have to come in that low, really? Like 60 times 4. Yeah, 60 would be fine. Hang on. I was always bad at those what times what equals what, the inverted math problems. I have to actually write them out. Let's see. So we cancel out 40 per second. So that leaves us... Well, what's 150 divided by 4, right? That's 3 point something. $37.5. So we should be able to do 77.5 heat per second, which would read out to about 770 on here. So we definitely need to scale it down a bit. Why does the Komi weapon seem so much more brutal? Oh, okay. It's not. This one's still white grade. It does get a huge flux bonus though. I think it's a heavy mount for the range. That's why it's got more range than a... Well, plus it's a purple core. No, it's not a heavy mount. I stand corrected. So what we'll do... We'll add one heat sink. So we go 600. What is it? $692 times 0.11 is 76.12. And I said that I could handle 77, right? 77.5. So that should come in perfect. The problem is we still only had 11 space. I can add one more, but that's all going to raise the heat. That doesn't do anything, does it? Oh. 40% damage per flux. It reduces the damage on flux. And it makes it more energy consuming. I guess what I can do is just add a crit, and then maybe I'll throw in some cooling system if I need it. Because it should be able to handle that. It should be able to handle that. We're going to go ahead and do 6 cores. And if I need to put some cooling on, that's going to be fine. Yep. I don't know. could get weird. And there's that. But see, none of this matters. The recharge time, only the charge time and firing duration matter. The cooldown doesn't really, because of the, it's already going to be 30 seconds anyway. 980. 896.2. It'll give me an excuse to put some combat mods on and really crank it up, right? Welcome everybody, welcome. We're doing some shield testing and shield farming with an Achilles. I'm just making a new gun here. 39 green crystals. It's a tall order, but I think I have that laying around somewhere. If not, we all know I'm resourceful enough to get my hands on it pretty easily. There's some... Nope. Pretty sure there's some green crystal here. Just one. Okay. Well, we'll poke around along the way, because that is what I need. And it won't be hard to get quite a few of those gathered up pretty quickly here. Which station are they in? 50. In the Rebs. You don't happen to have any more on hand, do you? They do. What a surprise. Wasn't expecting Rebels to have green crystal on hand. Very unusual. Very unusual indeed. How's everybody doing today? It's Wednesday. Whatever that means for you. Uno mas. Alright, so we're already a quarter of the way there. Just have to go blast my way to a few more. Any good stockpiles of it would be really, really nice. 5 ancient relics? Come on. Why do I keep leaving them everywhere? Some Valkyries. Squire. 10 green crystal. Alright. That will be the fastest next one. $88.2. 10,900 energy. Fair enough. No green crystal on any of these. Oh wow, look at that. Lots, that's all the green. Okay, this is my crafting station. I was kind of hoping I'd run across it along the way. This is where I make all the things. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Beautiful. It did overheat though. So now we wait. Wait for the recharge. Let's bring these guys in just to pick up some extra cash along the way. Why not, right? And if you're gonna test your super weapons, you might as well get yourself some extra materials while you're doing it. That almost overheated, but not quite. It stayed in the yellow, so maybe we can get away with just one combat mod. And then probably just put a couple of shield gens in. Oh, they'll do it. Love it. Oh, so close. We ran out of power. Oh, the shield chargers. So that's going to have to be a generator. That orange ion reactor is going to go on. See, this is why you do testing, because then you'll change something and forget that it's going to mess up your thing. And then you get out in the field and you're like, oh crap, I can't do the thing and now I'm dead now. Now, it's still zeroing the energy. So we probably need... Still missing out on that too. Damn. Power, heat, still not enough, not nearly enough power. Damn. Let me recheck the math real quick on that, because that's gonna piss me off. Alright, so it's 1,778 per second. Minus 639 per second, which is 1,139 times the 4-second duration, 4,500. That should be enough power. That really should be enough power. Oh, except that's... I always do this. It's a higher power level than that because it distributes it over... Oh my god. It's counting the downtime. And it got down to 4,700. But that's 4,500. I should have been fine. Oh, because I took the chargers off. Derp. So what I need to do is put some of the chargers back on. And more power. Okay. Just not all of the chargers. How's this? It overheated. Of course it did. Alright. Oh wow, that didn't affect our turn speed at all. Wait. Can I get away with 3 with the right armor on? Close enough. It is using double the power though, but it's such a small amount of power by comparison. So we'll do that, and then a heat sink. I may end up having to ditch the optronic computer. Okay, we're back to power level failure. Okay, now these 2 generators total up to basically 104, right? Just basically a miner's reactor, but that's for 5. I think I can get that, 2 more of those, and then these 2. To what? Hold on. Now the battery's too small. Oh yeah, if you want to do a heavy mount and maybe some range boosters, because otherwise you'll eat through the rocks and then there'll just be nothing in front of you because it doesn't turn quickly. But if you don't want to use actual mining cores, you want to use regular lasers that have decent range and damage, and you'll still chew through tons of rocks. And then you sick your fleet on them, and it just keeps going. That's one of the fun things about running an actual mining fleet, is that eventually you can just ditch the mining lasers altogether, give them regular weapons, even if they're not spinal mounts. Ah! Damn! That's only 9 power. There's no way I'm getting rid of that. I don't know what I was thinking. That's stupid. So close and yet so far. You gotta remember, even if you do the math, it doesn't work out perfectly in the field. So again, this is why we test. To figure out exactly what it's capable of. And if I should just build a new weapon. That stayed perfectly within the lines. Okay. So now we drop this stuff back in. And then we need to... And that's our short warp, right? So we need to actually... drop those 2 in. Pull out another huge battery. Or no, it was 1 huge battery, 1 large battery. And the optronic drive. Okay. I'll go back for some of this stuff eventually. Valkyries. A whole gaggle of Valkyries. 5 ancient relics that are just sitting around doing nothing. Alright. Let's go fight a hunter fleet, because that's what I'm here for. Actually, I bet there's one locally that I'd rather fight. No? All pirates. These two are Vangy. Ooh, large. Low population, but I don't think that's going to make a big difference. Oh, crap. I didn't grab my other warp drive. Uh-oh. I didn't save either. Whoops. And something else is missing. I don't know what it is. We're 2 points short. Oh, because I just turned these on. Let's see. Neither of these are safe. That one's centralized. Alright, so I guess we just harass some Vangy until they come to fight us. B-flux. Our flux capacity is 8, which is insanely brutal, especially when it only takes 15 seconds to charge each one. Oh, dude, the Empress is a badass. I love it. It may not be as small as the other two Spinal Mount battle cruisers, and it may be 10 points instead of 12, but it's still a monster. It's still a beast. I'd rather have that than... Like, the only two ships that I would rather have are this and the V5, the B. Basically the other Spinal Mount ships, cruisers. And I have a feeling that's going to be true until the Dreadnoughts come out. And don't forget that oh, somebody found a fleet bug, nice. But added ship, question mark, question mark, question mark. It doesn't say 2 ships, it's ship singular. And I was like, well, is it going to be Battleship Dreadnought? Are we going to get our Zeus soon? Or maybe it's not that because he's going to do what he did, like put it out with the Vangy one at the same time? I don't know. It's tough. It's hard to say. I can't wait to see what this new ship is. Maybe it's not a Spinal Mount at all. Maybe it's some new kind of ship that's completely different. I would love to have a modded Titan, like a blue or purple tier Titan. Alright, you guys stay back. I'm gonna go piss off this station real quick. We got one Hunter fleet to attack us, but then I died. So I was being an idiot. Holy shit. There they are. And Leah is out. Alina is out, but not dead. Thank God. Lucy's attacking the station, so she's gone too now. Damn. Cloak, damn it, cloak. Ah, they're gonna kill me. Help! Why? How did that happen? I thought I just fixed that. Yes, I can permacloak, even with my repair system and flux charging. You're full of shit! No! What the fuck? Cloaks are broken. Unfucking fortunate. I mean, maybe they were just guessing that I was in the same spot that I cloaked in, but that was a while ago. Note to self, cloak and keep moving. I really do have a natural propensity towards villainy, apparently, because I always get caught monologuing. That would be funny. I would appreciate that. If that was the reason, they're just like, bro, you left your headlights on. Of course we just shot where the light was coming from. What were you thinking? What the fuck? This is not the last thing I did. I totally fucking saved it after all that. What the hell? I lost all of that? Oh my god. Okay. Well, at least I know what I'm doing this time. Holy shit. Don't get caught monologuing. It's bad for you. You die every time. That's okay. That weapon, I kind of wanted to change it. I just didn't want to take the time to do it, but now I'm wasting even more time, so I might as well just do it. So close. So close. That's the station I want. Don't tell me I didn't leave anything there. Nope. Nothing important. Okay. Oh look, no control. Good night. Frustration vented. I feel better now. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take this as a sign that I need more shielding for one thing, but I also need to upgrade more of these chargers. So I'm going to go back to an armor build, which will be really easy, because that's what I prefer. But I need to get closer, just in case. The only downside to saving is the way that it takes so long, is it makes me not want to do it as often, and then I die. And it's like, oh, damn it. Canadian, welcome. How you doing? Nah, we're gonna stick with green. But it's gonna have a smaller, it's gonna have one less core and 2 heat sinks, so that I don't need any kind of thermal control. I should be able to, let's see. Once again, we get out our trusty calculator and we look at 809 per second. Nah, we'll just build it and fire it and see what we need to do to make it work. I don't feel like doing math anymore, so there. The Pegasus build. I would imagine when there are missions that can be done with a non-com, races, human transportation, it doesn't even have a hard point, so even if you get dogfighter and nano components and the space pilot boost, you'll have weapon capacity, just nothing to fire it with. You won't have a port to shove the nose of the gun out. You'll just have a bunch of cores, a bunch of weapon cores pointed at the wall of your ship. Which is basically like, hey, if I'm gonna die, I'm taking you with me, but... Alright, so for a pure armor build, do something like... Oh yeah. Screw that. We're going deuterium, baby. Don't need that. Okay, maybe we do need that. Because this won't slow us down too much. I'm gonna put a booster on anyway, and then we get a lot more out of this, right? The extra damage resistance and the armor itself. So that should be good. Then we need... six of those. Put us over 10,000. And then we need another generator. Well, no, let's get our weapon crafted first. There we go. Build it. Fire it with our repair system on to make sure that it can be done. Yeah. Well, that's no good. Let's slap that other generator on and see what happens. But I'm not going to be super optimistic just yet. I need some orange Vangi large reactors. That's what's going to make the difference here. We need an entire other huge battery to make this work. Because I wanted my repair to be close to 200 a second. Begs the question, should I just be doing this in a different ship? But then I won't have my spinal mount, so I kind of don't want to. Overheated. Even with the heat sinks on it. Yeah, it was double heatsink on green. Green's the hottest core, but you kind of hope for something a little bit. Woo! It didn't overheat, but we need... Now we're low on power again. Son of a bitch. So that 2 power for that really helped a lot. It's double huge. Damn it. I really need an orange Vangie reactor, like real bad. So let's take that. Now I'm going to put this Vangie reactor on so we'll have plenty of power, but then it's going to overheat again. But I'll have 2 space for another heatsink, and I think that'll cover it. It may not overheat again, we'll see. But I bet it does. Ah, it's still not enough power. Sons of a bitches. Slowly go. Is he going slowly? Am I? They're rare. I think I've found like 3 in total. But it's all on one profile. That's like minus 400,000 Vangie reputation. Yep, that overheated. Alright, so we'll put in a heatsink, and that should pretty much be enough. Although I have room for 2 heatsinks. I think 1 more is going to do it. Yeah, my Super Titan armor build that does like 400 plus repair per second. I could totally do that on here. I mean, I've got enough money for a Titan and some seriously decent armor options, obviously. But then I won't have the spinal mount. I think this will be the way to do it, but well, the Empress is still a cruiser, so it's nice, but I'm seriously excited for dreadnoughts with spinal mounts. Okay, so that's 5. Yeah, I already figured out that's 104. That's 104 as well, but in 1 extra space. Oh, I have another Vangie reactor. That'll do. That should be enough. Another 50. Now, he said that he doesn't want the spinal mount on dreadnoughts that have it. He doesn't want it to take twice as long. I may just have to open up without the repair system on. Take my extra power there. And speaking of having to change those keys for the 3rd time, let's save. Yay! Alright. Stu Lou, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Close enough. I'll take it. Leah, quit fucking pushing me. Jesus. Why? Just go around. Your ship doesn't suck. 171 repair. It's not like it's terrible. Beautiful. Man, Battle Dreads are going to be insane, though. He said he doesn't want the Spinal Mount cooldown on Battle Dreads to take twice as long. So I don't know if they're going to be twice as powerful, or if they're just going to be a higher capacity. I imagine they're going to be like, you know, 16, 18, maybe 20 capacity. I don't know if it'll be double. I guess it'll depend on whether or not it's a faction. Like, I really, really, really think that civilian model, Battle Dread, should be a modded Titan. Not just because I love the ship, but because it's like... It's just... Well, okay, maybe it's because I just love the ship. But I feel like that would be a cool way to go. Unless he's already got plans for a really kick-ass civilian Battle Dread. I mean... Exactly, you know, it's definitely a white tier dreadnought. So if it became, I feel like the Titan that we have now would be cooler by association if the civilian battle dreadnought was a Titan modified. Or if there's just maybe 2 more civilian dreadnoughts, right? Like one that's not white level like the Titan, and then one that's a battle dread. The dominance is fine, it's just different. It's a tugboat. Whoa. You know, a tugboat has all the fun stuff in the back, right? Or a barge, I mean. Tugboats pull, they tug, but like a barge that is pushing stuff along from behind. Basically. I'm not going to say that's the wrong way to look at it, but I will say that I like the dominance more than I like mullets, that's for sure. Both have a tendency to be underwhelming in combat, but the dominance can be fun. Oh man. If it weren't so damn thin. Wow, that many repair ships, huh? Oh damn, he turned around quick. Oh, we're at the edge. Guys, what does 20 mean to you guys? To me it means not more than 20. Lucy, what the fuck? What are you doing? Get the fuck over here, ding dong. You're derpier than a cat. Are you really gonna warp out after all that? Jesus. Can you guys dock now? Wow. My god, Hannah. How embarrassing. I need a trash can to kick, because that's fucking embarrassing. Okay. So that was pretty underwhelming. probably start at the bottom. Really wish I could quickly destroy this stuff, but it's not like I don't have time for it. A heavy cannon, my god. Yeah. Exactly. Next thing you know, I'm going to be calling them a bunch of pheasants. Alright. Thangy Death Ray. Those are good scrap when you need tech level, I think. Yeah, tech level 46. If you're like me and you take forever to get your tech level up, and you're already farming Vangy Hunter fleets, it'd be a good way to go. Collect those specifically. They drop fairly quickly from the Hunter fleets, a lot faster than the other Vangy weapons do. No, damn it. Ball sack. That was all my flux, too. $120 seconds. It takes 2 full minutes to completely recharge. Ah. My flux. Which is not bad. That's really good, considering how much I get out of it. Suppose should upgrade it. 31,000. That's okay. Fine. Eh. It's okay. Yeah. Perfect time for that fleet to attack. Although I kind of want to go hunt that fucking... They go... Oh, there they are. Oh no. Wow, 4 of them. Damn it! Son of a bitch. What are my guys do? They're warped out already. Son of a bitch, they suck. Alright, not using them anymore. That's a waste of time. This save is way too slow to cycle for this. So no more counting on my fleet ships. Like, they were supposed to decoy that guy, but instead they're all gone. Pause for the cause. Alright, you guys just stay put. In fucking fact, guess what? Oh yeah, it's happening. I'm going to get my space pilot buff. Aha! Yeah, you can go away now. Ah. Fucking A. That'll do, pig, that'll do. And then don't pick up anything that I don't need. Nothing. None of it. Tail gun equipped. All on auto except for primary. Yay! Alright. Now it's time for some real combat. No more of this hugging the enemies for my fleet's sake. I'm gonna pick them off one at a time while they can't do shit about it. Because that's how you get it done. Please. Can't hurt me. Watch, I'm gonna walk right past you. Take out this dreadnought. Good night, dreadnought. Bye now. Oh, look at that. That's neat. I'm gonna take out all your ships while you shoot at me for no damage. Like, that's gonna take another 5 minutes before it'll kill me. Freedom. Save my flux charges. Alright, turning is good. Almost max. Warp drive is initialized. Primed and ready to go. Alright. Time for the big show. This is how I prefer to fight these fleets anyway. I've always done better with Hunter fleets as a solo ship. They're always a bit overwhelming for the fleet guys. Unless you can put all orange on them. And even then, there's a good chance they're going to get destroyed. The response to emergency warping could be a little faster, but that's only if you want them to be able to survive these fights. Yep. And with Space Pilot getting all these buffs and potential future ones, now more than ever, it's a good time to be a soloist. Of course, another draw is not having a Battle Dread to use. A Battle Dread Escort and Flagship would be amazing and would be much more useful here. At least it would last long enough to get its primary off. Nice. Yeah, that's another drawback on this profile, is it doesn't have any of the unique crew, so I have to go hunt them down soon. It's just, it doesn't exactly scream passenger ship, so... Woohoo! So close, and yet so far away. I need to get down on the new crew, though. Well, Nova Fragment's not even close to being finished yet. There's a lot of things that, let's just say there's a lot of ideas that get tossed around for crew creation, and not all of them are possible yet, let alone implemented. So not only do we have to wait to see if certain ideas can be done, but then it's a matter of waiting for them to get done. So some of it will be a matter of timing, some of it's just going to be what the game can be, can have. Most of them are not done. I'll put it that way. Most of the unique crew are not done. I don't know exactly which ones. I'd like to do some more with mine eventually. It's got a decent balance breaking ability with the reputation, because sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't, and maybe it's worth having them around even if you don't want it, and then you just have to spend more time killing ships that you would normally be friendly with to balance things out. But yeah, it can be pretty intense. But honestly, I don't know that any of them are in their final form. That's hard to say. And even if somebody thinks that their character is in its final form, there's a chance that options coming up later may actually be like, oh, well, never mind, I actually want to do a little bit different now. I want to try this, that, and the other. So it's hard to say. But conceptually, mine is done, as far as the fact that it's an alignment breaker. Because of the woohoo reputation. But it's also themed after Tom Paris from Star Trek Voyager, in that he's a pilot/engineer. But he can contribute equally well to large and small ships. Like, not only is he a good pilot for the Starship Voyager, but he's also a good pilot for the Delta Flyer and that other ship that they picked up from the scrapyard that tried to steal his brain. Stuff like that. So big ship, small ship, he can fix it, he can fly it. And that's kind of the theme behind that character. Max speed 86. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. Okay, nothing particularly amazing here, so I'm not going to bother running off to save just now. 2 small Vangi reactors are cool, but not super helpful. I really need orange. Like, even boosting those some other way is not going to be much help. Those don't take up space, so I might as well bring them for the cash. I'm going to use you to draw out your repair buddies. How do you like that? Oh, I'm faster than your reverse gear, that's for sure. There. Now you keep shooting missiles at me from far away while your friends come to your rescue, and then I'll murder them. Hashtag not the villain. Maybe. You know that character in the movie who mostly seems like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but they're kind of a sociopath maniac, and so like the good guys really don't want them on their team, but at least he's good at killing the enemy. But it's like, is that how we really want this to go? So you kind of keep him around, but you're like, we gotta watch him as much as we watch the enemy, if not more. Like, keep your friends close and your psychopathic friends closer. So I'm the Children of Terra guy that goes around and indiscriminately murders rebels, and the rest of the Children of Terra are just like, do we really want this guy on our team? Like, it's kind of making us look bad. Damn you! That's another thing. I really need these guys to stay on target. It's really frustrating that they switch back. There's no aggro there. There doesn't need to be aggro there. I need them to stay on the target I'm firing at, or it's worthless. I did not want that attack ship destroyed. I was using it to bait the other ships. And in any combat situation, they need to follow my orders, not what they think they need to shoot at. So hopefully that's a thing that gets fixed eventually. Stop shooting the station. There. But now they won't attack that ship. They just won't do it. Ah, son of a bitch. Fine. You guys don't want to follow orders? You just get to watch now. Congratulations, your dumbass is a spectator. Where'd he go? There he is. I need a weapon I can control that's not the spinal mount. Alright, it looks like they only have one. So if I'm behind it, then it's going to take that much longer for it to fire its spinal weapon. And everything else just disintegrates and can't hurt me really. Well, they can kind of hurt me. Not much. Nothing orange though. So like if I died right now, I wouldn't really have lost very much other than the reputation. And I don't know that I really want a lot more reputation right now. Don't want any of that. If I just destroy everything except for... Man, he just has to die. He won't let me save him. I wanted that V4 to stay alive so I could take out the rest of these guys. I'll just do this. Oh, look at you, sarcastic little bastard. Oh, I'll catch up to you. It's just, you know, turning that's going to be an issue. Oh, I saw that. You're next. Nice. Okay, I'll keep the reactors so I can put them on other ships. In case I upgrade them to purple for the other boats. But I think I have enough. I might have enough already that I don't need to do that, but we'll see. Alright, so that's still leaves us almost 150 space. It's pretty good. Weird. Just some civilian fleet. Oh, they're going to the station too. Huh. Bunch of vangy bootlickers. Somebody really likes them green beans. Excellent. Now we're talking. Need a haircut? Take a little off the top. Yeah. Right there. A little bit over here. How about that? Some of that? You like some of that? Oh, Hunter Fleet. Oh, Hunter Fleet. Your station is weak. It's gonna fall to my Ah, there we go. It worked. What do we have over there? Is that a V5? Oh, it's the other V5. Ah, idiots. Oh, wow. Yoink. I don't even need the spinal mount for this. Like, the next wave might take less than 2 minutes to get here. I feel like I should just save it. Like, not only can I shoot down all your missiles easily, but I can also just let them all hit me and not care. So, hey! Now that's a missile launcher. 80 DPS out of one space on a missile. That's pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. I think Vangie missiles are tougher too, aren't they? There's something about them that's different. I always forget what it is. Oh yeah. Get it. Oh yeah, am I on streamer mode on Discord? I always forget. I don't even remember where that is. I am. Nice. Streamer mode on Discord disables desktop notifications and stuff like that. It's kind of useful. Oh yeah, I'm much safer without a fleet because I can focus on the one thing that I need to do, which is destroy enemies. My fleet's just not powerful enough for that. They need more orange gear. They need crafted weapons. All the way around. Like, if you notice, I've got a lot of purple weapons on here. I could just craft better weapons all around my ship. So you can imagine my fleet ship, same boat, same situation. And I could really fine-tune it so that it's not using a lot more power. It's another good reason to control your front weapons when you have a spinal mount that consumes a lot of power, because they might be firing while you're trying to fire your spinal weapon, and then it cancels out your spinal weapon that's boosted by 8 flux for something that's a standard, granted orange, but standard weaponry. And that can be a huge pain in the butt. Almost want a booster on this thing. Nice. Come on, Heavy Vulcan. What is that? A capital pulse laser. I have way too many of those already. I don't need more. See, without their V4 battleships, they really don't threaten me that much. The biggest threat here is that I'm gonna not destroy all the repair ships before the attack ships, and I'll lose a few kills. Like, is all the really good stuff hidden on the repair ships since they're harder to get to? They might warp out on you. How funny would that be? I'm getting lots of orange, but not good ones. Like, didn't I just pick one of these up? Yeah, 2. Oh my. Oh my, yes. Heavy armor. A green holocron. Who the hell dropped a holocron? I'm gonna find that escape pod and kill him again if there's anybody on these ships. Not bad, not bad. Unfortunately, the loot was bad. That's okay. Let's see. Do we need to free up some space here? I would use a collector beam, but there's so much stuff I don't want to pick up that it's kind of like, I feel like it would just take more time. If I was doing this to earn money, then yeah, I would use a collector beam. Nope, don't want any of that. Alright, let's go drop off our loot. Is there no friendly stations in warp range? Hey, that'll work. I'm just storing stuff in storage anyway, so I don't need the I don't necessarily need to go back to that particular station. There's no soft loot. Although I could go back there to craft some weaponry. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, why not? It's gonna help a lot if I make custom versions of these. Oh, but I need to, I'll have to do some Ravager hunting. Yay! That's kind of what I wanted to do anyway. Been sort of thinking about it. I don't know, what do you guys think? Vangie Hunter fleets for upgrades or Ravagers for relics so I can rebuild my weapons? Because I kind of need to do both. If I'm going to bother making custom weapons, I need the relics. And I know I've got a little stash of relics up here. There's 5 there. Let's look around, see if I have any more hidden away. There's 3. Relic Hunter. We'll go Indiana Jones. Hunting relics. Anyone else? Agree? Disagree? I don't need my fleet for either one. There's 2. There's 9. Oh my god. Wow. So, first relic collecting. If I've got 15 relics out floating around in different stations, I need to get those anyway. And fast killing Ravagers is a lot of fun, so we're not going to lose anything on that. Oh yeah, I got 4 extra space, so I only have to drop one thing. Easy peasy. That should allow me the Optronic. Hello. I don't understand why the Ardonian is above the Optronic. That doesn't work for me. I don't get it. Alright, so there were... Nope, none there. Nope. Okay. Some random Achilles and stuff. So that's where 2 of them are. Do I have a quick... Let's see if that'll put us within single jump range. I don't think it will. Nope. Close. And that's not going to help. Let's go here. Maybe it's a Ravager. Oh. Whoa, what is that? Is that a frigate? You can see the rocks parting ways. Oh, a Venom. That's pretty funny. I don't think I can collect it, but... Nope. If I had, like, the cargo expansion, maybe. You guys are stupid. Alright, if we're not doing hunter feats, then I can go ahead and do that. And then along... Oh, I was like, wait, what? Boom. Alright, there's those 2. 9 relics. And Rebel Station 51. So let's see. When I do this, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3. I need 21 relics. 21. That's going to get pretty intense. Oh my. I know there was some over here. I just don't remember exact. There. Civilian Station 55, coordinates 8540. What? What's my battery power? Oh my god. Oh my. Ah. A guardian! We can nudge that in real fast. Or just carry it in, I guess. Let's see. Oh, corvettes are the low hundreds. Frigates are like 200-300. Yeah, 200-300 for a frigate. And then the Kerma's 500, so you can't carry cruisers in your dreadnoughts yet. Although it's getting kind of close. I know my dominance has gotten pretty high up there. Easy peasy. The question is whether or not I actually use point defense anymore. I feel like I'm kind of past the point of needing point defense. And then I should just build 2-point beams for those and 2 4-point beams. Because at one point I had one of my point defense beams was on the front too, and I'm just like, I don't need that anymore. Oh, because it's Diablo in space. Thank you. Yeah. No missile shrines yet, but yes. Very good. I almost missed that. We don't need no stinking point defense. I bought a Rising Sun? God, how long has that been? Did I? Oh, that's right. This is Sizing Run. That was the first ship I had. This is one of the reasons the perks are so stupid. I don't have Combat Genius or anything good starting off hardly, is because these are the plus ones. It was these two. I started off with a Dreadnought. One of them was sloppy, and I got rid of it. Finally. Although I don't remember what did that. Oh, there's a lot of loose loot in this system. I wonder if any of it... Well, there's green crystal. Oh, nice. I was thinking of the Diablo 2 shrines where it says, like, the fire shrine, you no longer fear fire. So you can just kind of run around and ignore certain attacks. Yeah. I can understand that, like, the bounty defeat, you'll often attract more powerful enemies. But again, it goes back to how it's not so much who you think you are, but how the universe treats you based on what you do. This game doesn't have a lot of permanent consequences other than reputation and perks. It doesn't have like there's no story-based cornering yet. You know, there's no way to paint yourself into a corner on quest lines like, oh, I can't do that quest now because I did this, or... And Diablo 2 is like that. Diablo 2 is completely linear as far as the storyline goes, because it's, you know, I mean, what year was that? Everything was. So it was just like, There's really not other ways to handle... Do I want Ziggy back? I really don't. Oh wow, there's some promising potential Ravager systems out here. I bet I did a lot of my relic hunting out here. Rebels too. I have all the Rebel stuff I need. I've got... But I may... Oh, that's another thing, is doing Rebel missions to get Terran armor from my fleet. Orange Terran armor. Ew, a Doom Cannon. I make fun of Doom Cannons because they used to be amazing once you could... But you couldn't use them. And then by the time you were able to get your tech level over 50, that you could actually use one. That was, you know, better than white or green. Like, you could always use the white ones or the green ones. I mean, just the white one, because it was level 50, but it was so hard to get up to tech level 50. And then if you didn't take the starting perk for it, you were kind of SOL. So it was like this huge thing about Doom Cannons are really hard to use, but then by the time they became more convenient to use, they weren't very good anyway anymore. There was way too many other options. And then crafting would just be beating it out every time. I think I've got a lot of non-orange Terran armor. $137.23. Wow. Where the heck is that? Over here? Okay, we'll do this one first. No Ravager. Looking for escape pods. The nice thing about quests is that you know what you're going to get from them before you go back to the station to turn it in, so if you don't want it, you can just get rid of it. You can just abandon the quest after you completed it. And they'll just be like, wait, you did the job and you don't want to get paid? And you're just like, yeah. Unless you're going to offer me something better, I'm just going to walk away. And they're like, well, why would we offer you something better? You already did the job. Olina. Oh, right. Their levels are based on, unless it's one of the unique ones, their levels are based on the system that you find them in. So the odds of found ones going orange is slim to none. But we'll go ahead and go do this quest right quick. Maybe there's a Ravager there too. Not likely, but could be. Alright. Damn. Wow. Just no. Oof. Alright, let's go build these weapons. Got enough relics. Poke around a little bit at some of these other stations along the way. Materials are at this blue color. So we'll warp here. It really is, though. But Terran armor's not bad, or Vangi heavy armor's pretty good too. You get a little more armor, a little more damage resistance. It's just heavy, but it's not super heavy. So it's really not that bad, but... Oh, one of these... Isn't there a rebel station around here somewhere that gets attacked a lot? Maybe not. Here's one. Ah, there's a rebel system. Unexplored. Nice. Maybe they'll have a good quest then. Oh, what do we have up here? Is that a yacht? Shuttle? Oh, Corvette. Ba-boom. I could always go for a spinal mount and use nitro and capacitors. That was fun. Those were interesting times. Made for some good experiments. Yeah, we can skip the song that honks at you. That's okay. Pisa won a much better anyway. Alright, so we need five of these. Okay. Wow. What's our crystal count look like? Yes, sell the hound. Thank you. Don't question me. Got lots of green crystals. It should be enough. Do I want the whole ship green? Do I want range? $71 DPS, 62, 57. I mean, the crit's neat, but it's like, who cares? Like the red with overload is 71. If you have other critical hit modifiers, okay, yeah, go for red. Or if you just don't care about... I mean, sure, it's not as hot. Oh, red is... no, it's not that either. They all have the same... Green has the highest projectile speed. It's just when you have it in a continuous... not as impressive. So do I want more range? What is the range currently? Their medium laser beams, 130, but base, is that their base? 120, okay. So these would match them. Wrong. That would boost it up to 130. That would make it 160. But I could also do that for the same amount of damage with less heat and energy. Let's make it an overload so they focus on things that are nearby. So that's 269. If I'm going for 2-point continuous, I can't use heavy mount anyway. The main question is whether or not to use overload. What are these drawing? 28? They only draw 28. Whoa. That's That's a big difference. Oh, but we are getting 40% more damage. But it's double. The heat's not bad though. The heat's within our threshold already. That's 4 green, so it'll take 20 green crystals to make 5 of those. That is most of our stash. And it would take almost as many. That'd be fine to make the front 4-point. Now those might be heavy mount for the range, but maybe not. I think I'm still going to lean on efficiency for those. So it's going to take double the power for almost double the damage, but since I'm maxed out on my weapon capacity, that's probably worthwhile. Okay. Do I want to make them charging? 30% more, so 60 becomes 76, becomes 100. But we're really pushing our limits here. There's really not another way to do it other than that. And I don't want to add more cooling when I'm already going to be drawing more power. Although I could. I mean, defensively. Okay, so let's just for the sake of argument, 117. What do we need to get there? Ouch. I mean, that would handle it. That would handle it, no doubt. Power-wise, we're going to be in a bit of a pickle, but I might be able to manage that manually. Fuck it, let's try it, right? The reason I'm saving is because I want to see what the medium laser compares to. I don't have orange medium laser beams though, so it's not that big a deal. But with the improved and the heavy, I'm going to compare to the 4-point. Why not have another heavy laser beam in orange? It might be on one of the other ships. I know I gave them a lot of good gear. I gave them a lot of my oranges. Oh, I do. Oh well, doesn't matter. Because I don't have any extra capacity to put anything there. Alright, so let's go ahead and do... Yay! So yeah, 197. How about 754? So that's going to take all the power I have to run those. At 157 heat. Yeah, I did that wrong. I did that completely wrong. I did raw value, so they were set to 100% power. I have to remember to set it to turn off raw value so I can see the actual heat. Alright. Beautiful. So I haven't even crafted them here. That's what I want. Still going to be really powerful. Get rid of the overload. Add charging. Even better. Oh. Yeah, we'll do one layer of charging. I feel like that's gonna... Well, that's not overheating at all. Is that a, weapon heat generated? Okay. Well, what if we put it on one that's not that? Beautiful. Could even go a little bit hotter, huh? Let's try the overload now. Why did I upgrade that? That was stupid. Overheats. Well, I guess it's okay that I went ahead and did it, because that's what I'm going to be using. Just not for this particular weapon mount. I'm just testing them on here. Range. There. That'll save me from having to do that every time. Okay. So now I don't need cooling on those. I can switch those over to damage. That's it, titanium, that's all you got. Charging laser beam. Crafting. Okay. Goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. And that one goes there. Huh! Disintegration! Wait, are they going to be eating up flux? Oh, damn it, they are. That's hilarious. I'm going to get you. That's going to get weird, because it does the lag thing and consumes flux every time they fire. That's gonna get really weird, but I think I like it. We'll see. And then... I don't know, I guess, do I want to build two forward 4-point ones, or do I want to get rid of one of these? I think we'll do a 3 and a 4. Like before. 20. We'll add another core to that, and then we'll make it one less charging, and that'll do more damage for slightly more power and slightly more heat, but it should stay within reason. And then we need one that's a 3-point, we'll put it behind that one with a range booster on. And that can be an overload. Beautiful. This is gonna get wild. Somebody's cooling. We'll put you up there instead. That gun will overheat if I don't. If they fire constantly. The screen shaking is outrageous. I love it. Alright. Now it's time to fight the Hunter fleet. Saving. Hey, you're just in time. I've gone over the deep end. Oh yeah. Deuterium. What was the other thing? Cooling is good. I don't know if that's worth it. Nah. Maybe if I find an orange. Could still do hypercooling and capacitor. I was gonna do a shield build, but then I realized that I don't have that much good shielding. So I'm gonna go get some shielding and then come back and do the shield build. Where's my armor plating? Alright. I was just dying too much, so I went ahead and decided A, that I don't need point defense on this ship anymore, and B, I'm going to craft custom weapons all the way around it, and they're going to be completely absurd, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I finally got rid of all the standard pre-made weapons, and we're on to crafted ones, because I realized I had like 30 relics scattered around the